Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, we're prepping for our big showcase event later this month. We're also working with the community for a nifty new exotic, detailing what's next for Ironbender in Season 18, and announcing Rift coming back to regular Crucible, and giving one last call for that glowy glamour goodness with the Solstice event that's nearing its end. Now, as we've already mentioned, we're not going to be dropping any major news between now and the August 23rd showcase, but that doesn't mean we don't have anything to chat about. For this week, we're keeping things a little lighter. So let's start with what Saladin, Valus Forge, has up his sleeves for us with Ironbender returning next season. Ready for this week's TWAB? Let's get into it. So Ironbender 411. More Ironbender is on the way next season, and this time, sans Rift. To talk about more about what's on the horizon, we've got principal designer Alan Blaine here to dive a little deeper into what's next in Ironbender and the Crucible realms. Take it away, Alan. So from Alan here, hi everyone. Now that Ironbender is officially wrapped for the season of the Haunted, let's talk about what we've learned, as well as plans for the next season and the future. First up, we're adding the ability to gild the Iron Lord seal with the next batch of matches in Valus Forge's honor. As for what else is new in Season 18, let's talk about streaks. When we start working on Season 18's Ironbender, well before we launched Rift, we knew we wanted to come back to something more familiar after a season of objective-based gameplay. Some of you have been asking to play Clash and Ironbender for a while, so we decided to start there. With that aside, we still needed that Ironbender twist, the thing that makes it feel unique. The core vision started with a conversation that sounded like, what if when you went on kill streaks, Saladin shouted, "He's on fire," and you literally lit on fire. And maybe when you got a kill, he shouted, "Boom shakalaka!" And from that chaotic conversation, Eruption was born. What is Eruption? Eruption is Clash, with energy boost based on kill streaks. It was affectionately called Streak Mayhem internally before we gave it a real name. During Eruption, killing your opponent scores 1 point and a normal amount of energy. After that, when you get your second elimination in a row without dying, assist count 2, you become surging. And essentially, you start lightly glowing. Kills start generating 10% super energy and 20% grenade, melee, and class energy, and you score 3 points per kill. And when you get your 5th kill without dying, then you become primed. You begin glowing even more brightly. Your team goes on the hunt. Everyone on the team gains 5% super, 10% grenade, melee, and class energy. You now gain 12% super, 5% grenade, melee, and class energy per kill, and you score 3 points per kill. Sounds great, right? So who wouldn't want to be primed? Well, you also have a 15-second timer on you. That timer reaches 0, you erupt. Erupting kills you, which resets your streak and ends the hunt. Getting a kill resets the Eruption timer back to 15 seconds. You are then marked for both teams, so everyone can see right where you are. The other team gets 3 points for killing you. Choices. More than one player can be primed at a time. Holy hell. This actually sounds dope. Like, no lie. Now, we're excited to get Eruption to everyone's hands, and we hope it continues to illustrate our desire to bring new and unique experiences to the Crucible and Ironbender. One of the things we learned with Rift in the current season is if we have a brand new game mode, like the most recent iteration of Rift, introducing it to everyone in a high-focus environment first highlights inevitable issues that any multiplayer game has. Instead, we're going to be moving forward with Zone Control Plan, introducing it as low-pressure Crucible Labs first to make sure it performs as intended in a real-world setting. Then, and only then, do we bring the new mode to Ironbender, albeit with a unique twist. We'll definitely come back to Control and Rift for Ironbender in the future, but expect a familiar mode with a unique experience in Season 19. In the meantime, let's talk Rift. Dude, no lie, that game mode sounds so much fun. It also sounds like it can get out of hand really quick, right? Like that one dude popping off, matches just popping a Goldie, just running around, getting a kill, keeping your streak up, literally giving yourself super back, to then at the end of it, just have another golden gun. I could see a lot of people just hiding when someone gets primed, right? And just wait the 15 seconds. Think Rift, but make it Crucible. Rift won't be an Ironbender for Season 18, but that doesn't mean this mode is gone forever. Most of you will be happy to hear that Rift will now have more standard overtime rules. For those who may not know what exactly that means, overtime is that added time put on the clock to give teams a shot at breaking any tie that may be in place. It also gives us Titans a fair shake to just go ham with those fiery hammers and hope for the best, just being honest. Now, Alan is back with even more details about what players can expect, including lessons learned from the rebirth of Ironbender. So from Alan Blaine, Season of the Haunted ushered in a new era of Ironbender, starting with Rift. While the first week had a rocky start, by the end, many players were starting to develop new tactics and strategies for the mode, and the weekend games were some of the closest and well played. Then the second week rolled around, and we fixed most of the bugs, and everyone had a great time, right? We all know that change can be hard, especially unexpected change. Communicating changes that we don't know will work out, communicating future plans when there's no hard date, and balancing between opposing player bases all contribute to the complexity of the PvP verse in Destiny 2. But this is a wonderful conundrum we are committed to. For now, this is what we're happy to share with players, and we think a lot of this information is going to be exciting for many of you. Time for some fun data. 1.5 million players played at least one match of Rift, and over 300,000 of you managed to reset your rank, and 150k reset twice. We definitely hit a few people people just right. One player reset their rank 17 times last season and only 55 hours in game. And another player over 133 hours of Rift during season 17. The community was also able to expose some flaws in the mode. We've already had a number of fixes go live in Rift, like making it so games ended properly if a spark was dunked late, or that the spark could always be picked up. We also made a few tuning changes, such as when we added 3-score mercy rules, as well as when we dropped the base mode time to 8 minutes. The number of matches that fully went to time drops by 10%, and we went from having no mercy criteria to a third of the matches ending in mercy at 3-0 or 4-1. One of my favorite things about the new era of Iron Banner is the new rules we are going to be bringing in each season. While Rift won't be in Iron Banner next season, it will be in a weekly rotator in the Crucible, available to play week 1, 8, and 14, as well as a private match. Private match is where you can play any map you want, even the unbalanced asymmetrical maps. Alongside the more standard overtime rules, we also expect multi-spark to return in a future season. AFK protections have been updated to utilize Rift-specific events, and later this season, we fixed a bug that didn't allow you to always immediately dunk the spark if you picked it up too close to the Rift. For future seasons, explorations with 3v3 Rift, allowing use of smaller maps like Wormhaven, may also allow us to use slightly asymmetrical maps like Burnout, fixing scenarios where one team can play keep away with the spark longer than intended, lessening the black screen time after scores. Further measures to discourage overkill farming. Yeah, guys, Rift was pretty good. I mean, I had a good time playing it. I didn't put no 133 hours into it, but overall, it's something new, man. And I know my PvP guys are like, Cross, it's not even a new game mode. Okay, I get you. But in comparison to what we were getting inside of PvP, at least it's something. New exotic weapon ornaments? Oh, you shouldn't have. We talk a lot about Destiny 2 fashion, but the threads of style aren't limited to armor. What's a good look without the appropriate accessories, am I right? We're excited about the new weapons and other gear on the way, but we think it's time for a few more familiar pieces of equipment to get a makeover. Even better, we want you to decide which ornaments become a reality. Even better than that, the designs behind the proposed ornaments will be created by an artist from our community of Destiny 2 players that are pure magic when it comes to bringing the game into the real world through art. So how does this work? First off, we're leaving it up to you in the community to pick which exotic gets a community created ornament. We have 3 options for you to vote on in an email we will send out starting on August the 16th. Oh, we have Arbalest, Sweet Business, and Rat King. Look, I don't care which one of these weapons gets an ornament, but by God, we better throw some waifus on that thing. You hear me? I want some waifu ornaments, fellas. So if we have to start voting on ornaments, waifus, man. I want domestic girlfriend all over Sweet Business. Now, once that spiffy exotic has been selected, we'll be working with the chosen community artists as we help them create 3 different weapon ornament concepts. Once we have 3 that are viable to be made into ornaments, we'll have another community vote so that you all can pick your personal favorites. The winner will be approved to be made into a weapon ornament in the game. And then bam, new look, new you. Here's a quick look at the full process. Community votes on which exotic to pick through in an email starting August the 16th. Community artist creates 3 weapon ornament concepts for the winning exotic. Community votes to pick their favorite weapon ornament concept. Winning weapon ornaments goes into production and is released in-game as early as season 21. Jesus, that's like forever. I guess it takes time. This will be the first community created item that makes it into the game, and we are really excited to see how it plays out. We have picked an artist out, so please don't feel the need to start any campaigns on whom we should pick. We also aren't asking them to do this work for free, and we'll be paying them just like when we work with other external concept artists. We wanted to make sure we give our artists plenty of time to work on their concepts, so it'll be several months until we reveal who they are and unveil the work for the next round of voting. Once we have picked the concept that's ready to go into production, it's going to take a bit to go through our content pipeline. So we want to set some expectations up front that you shouldn't expect to see the finalized design in Destiny 2 until season 21. We know that is a long way out, but we're glad you get to be along for the ride on this one and an important part of that process. Community created and community voted. We can't wait to see what you all decide. All right, dude, I'm actually excited for this. Again, if you're voting and you're like scrolling through the different ornaments and you come across a waifu ornament, vote yes. Last call to praise the sun, arms up. This is just your friendly community manager reminder that this year's Solstice event is coming to a close. This means you've got just a few more days to get in there and grab those goods, or just roast some s'mores over in the Bonfire Bash to finish out any last-minute event challenges. One more heads up, don't forget the event challenges and event tickets expire at the end of Solstice, and the event card itself will be removed. Get that kindling, sparkify that armor, and scope out the event card upgrade if you feel like getting super fancy. Or not, totally up to you. Just make sure you go say hi to Devram over in the EDZ. I hear he's a great help when knocking out some of those specific challenges when out for patrol or running a public event or two. That's right, guys, Solstice is going away next week. So if you're trying to get that last bit of armor, do it now. Now, as a final note here from Hippie, and that's a wrap on another TWAB. We're prepping for an exciting showcase at the end of the month, filled with surprises just waiting to be unveiled. For the immediate future, next week we'll be diving into some more weapon changes, a little more showcase hype, insight on how to watch and more, stay tuned. But for now, make sure to be drinking that delicious water, taking care of yourself mentally and physically, and don't let the darkness in the world dim your light. Be kind, be you. Until next time, Guardians, I should go. Love, Hippie. All right, guys, that is your TWAB for this week. Again, we will be streaming the reveal as well as the launch of the new season, August the 23rd on our Twitch. So feel free to come by, guys. We'll have some popcorn. We'll be watching some lore videos from Mylan and Bife leading into the reveal. It's going to be great. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.